George Washington didn't belong to any political party. In fact, he strongly opposed them. Yet today, political parties dominate American life. They often shape elections, control Congress, influence the courts, and often divide neighbors, families, and even churches. So that raises a fair question. If political parties weren't part of the founders' plan, what are they? Why do we have them? And how did they take over American politics? That's what we're going to dig into today. In 1796, as George Washington prepared to leave office, he published his farewell address. It wasn't a speech, it was a written warning to the American people. Washington warned us that political parties would divide Americans into hostile camps, encourage loyalty to party over country, promote ambitions over virtue, and open the door to foreign influence. He believed that factions would eventually destroy Republican self-government from within. And here's the important part. Washington wasn't naive. He understood disagreement is natural. But he believed political parties would weaponize disagreement. Unfortunately, his warning came too late. Political parties are organized groups that share a general political philosophy, nominate candidates for office, mobilize voters, and try to control the government power. Notice something important. Political parties are not mentioned in the Constitution. They are not required. They are not prohibited. They just simply emerged. Once Americans started voting, debating policy, and electing representatives, organization followed naturally. Disagreement didn't create parties. Power did. Despite Washington's warnings, parties formed almost immediately. Why? Because Americans disagreed on big questions. How strong should the federal government be? Should we have a national bank? Who should lead the nation, elites or common citizens? How closely should we align with Europe? To win elections and pass laws, leaders needed alliances. Those alliances hardened into parties. By the 1790s, America already had two competing political visions. Led by Alexander Hamilton and John Adams, Federalists believed in a strong national government, a national bank, industrial growth, and leadership by educated elites. They feared too much democracy would lead to chaos. Led by Thomas Jefferson and James Madison, the Democratic Republicans believed in limited federal government, states' rights, an agricultural society, and power resting with ordinary citizens. These two visions defined early American politics. Even Washington's own cabinet was divided between them. The Democratic Party traces its roots to Andrew Jackson in the 1820s. Early Democrats stood for populism, expansion west, opposition to centralized power. But parties change. Major turning points include 1930s New Deal, which led to bigger government, the 1960s Great Society, which increased social programs and civil rights. Today's Democrats believe in progressive policies and centralized authority. Same party name, very different platforms. The Republican Party formed in 1854 specifically to oppose slavery. The Republicans' first president was Abraham Lincoln. Early Republican values included free labor, preservation of the Union, and a moral opposition to slavery. Over time, Republicans became associated with limited government, free markets, constitutional originalism, and traditional values. Again, same name, evolving ideas. America's system favors two major parties because elections are winner take all, third parties split votes, and voters choose viability over purity. Third parties come and go, but rarely last. This wasn't planned. It's a result of math and incentives. Political parties help organize elections, but they also encourage tribalism, reward loyalty over principle, punish independent thought. Washington warned us. John Adams feared parties would destroy virtue. James Madison worried about factions, but he believed the Constitution might restrain them. Whether it still does or not is an open question. Political parties were never part of the original plan. They grew out of disagreement and power. The question for us today isn't which party is right. It's, are we Americans first, or are we party members first? That question may determine the future of our republic. Thanks for watching, Patriot Hippie. If you like these videos, please give me a like. Subscribe, share with your friends. Until next time, remember peace, freedom, and the American story.